Yo, what's going on, Blackish fam? It's your boy B coming at you with another Tobe Nwigwe reaction. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, I was doing some other reactions. We did some Corday, we did some Tyler the Creator. We actually did an entire album reaction, and man, I was kind of missing my Tobe Nwigwe, right? I was having a little withdrawal. Just the bars, the energy, the perspective that he brings is just so different that it's like, yo, I want to get back to checking out some of his music. So without further ado, we have Tobe Nwigwe. This is one called Wildlings, featuring Olu of Earthgang and Duckwrth. Let's check it out. Yo, she's holding that pose, ain't she? And shout out to the people that have been helping me break this down. I understand that they're called Black Angels, I believe, the dance crew that he uses. So I imagine that it's the same crew that he uses.
This song is from Wildlings without a crime. Where we from, you cannot come up till you get down. You know, we see 12, we go.
Yo, we were just talking about this, right? He said, where we come from, you can't come up until you get down, right? We were just referring to a line we heard on the Corday freestyle that he just dropped. It's a hard times maketh man. And I always say something similar that calm waters don't make strong sailors, right? You have to experience those lows in life to really know the highs that you're going for, or to appreciate it or understand it when it happens. And I think he was just saying that. He said it in a much more concise way than I did. That's sick. I think listening to his music, it's definitely something that hypes me up, and I love how lyrical he is. But I think he's definitely underrated as someone who's I believe he's writing his own work. But that's extremely lyrical. It reminds me of someone like Black Thought, right? He can say so much by saying so little, and he's got your mind thinking. He's got your mind working. Sick.
Where we from, you cannot come up till you get down. You know, we see 12, we gon' get down, so don't make a sound. Bring it back around.
Look, flow sick hospital every time I bust a rhythm, you should feel like getting down. Move your feet just so they don't get dagging like a pistol started busting on the ground. You don't straight about the leak, better watch how you speak, real G's don't tell.
You said real G's don't chatter, right? What did Lil Wayne say? Real G's move in silence. The G's like the G in lasagna, right? Won't say nothing. People and real G's don't take Instagram pictures and put their business online, bro.
I'm missing at the club creek if you lose with your teeth playing, y'all get shut. Ouch, but it don't matter.
You know, when you get punched, right? If you're not able, if you've never taken a punch before, they say, man, you might mess around and have a glass jaw, bro. That means once you get rocked in the right place, night night, sleep tight.
If you lose with your teeth playing, y'all get shut. Ouch, but it don't matter. Every hood the same. It's all up, better up there, test the name. I hope those bastards that be trapped in chains who go up backwards and catch the pain. Ouch, but it's involuntary. The root of evil ain't necessarily monetary.
Bro, he's always dropping knowledge.
The root of evil ain't necessarily monetary. I'm about to tell me I'm going to secure the commentary for to the rest of the network.
You see what he's saying? He said, people say I'm blessed to be able to carry this message to people that aren't in the monastery, right? I'm bringing this message to people where they are, where they stand, not under the guise of a church or not under the guise of religion. I'm bringing it to them where they are. He said something sick here. I just want to make sure that we reference it.
You don't straight about the leak, better watch how you speak, real G's don't chatter. I'm missing at the club creek if you lose with your teeth playing, y'all get shut. Ouch, but it don't matter. Every hood the same. It's all up, better up there, test the name. I hope those bastards that be trapped in chains who go up backwards and catch the pain.
Yeah, you see what he's saying? He said that all these ghettos are the same, right? It's this cycle of poverty, this cycle of drug abuse, this cycle of violence. He said we grew up backwards and attached to pain. Some would even argue that you're attracted to toxic relationships because of the relationships that you've had in the hood, right? So he's saying like, yo, we're all the same, and you have to understand that there's a system that put this in order. It's not, it's involuntary, right? It's against your will, and a lot of times you don't even know it.
Ouch, but it's involuntary. The root of evil ain't necessarily monetary.
Not always that money, it's power.
Cause you know me though. Always be real, the phones and the okey doke. Shout out to my luxury for editorials to show that we smashing the fashion, the box, and the choreo.
This song is for the wildlings without a crime. So we fun, you cannot come up till you get down. You know we see 12, we gon' get down, so don't make a
12's the law, obviously, for those that don't know.
Bring it back around.
They said they had enough, we do too much, homie, I said bring it back. I used to keep the afro pump and that was tough, but really I should bring it back. We was there, black on black, shades and gas, and homie, I say bring it back. Cause when the crackers start creeping like a thief or a demon, like it's really hunting season, you be looking for the strap. I run that back, now I bring it forward. I'm young and I'm black and I feel enormous, like a dragon in a caveland, calm and dormant. Tobe asked me for the fire, almost burnt the forest. Around them ashes, I saw greatness forming like a new black Wall Street, great and gorgeous. Keep your eyes open.
Yo, for those that don't know Black Wall Street, right? There was a time and a place where blacks were actually thriving and had their own little community and all smaller businesses and bankers and insurance. And Black Wall Street was doing extremely well until it was burned down. The majority of it was burned down, and there's still a mass of bodies that's buried somewhere in the area. And, you know, where did it come from, right? There's a lot of stories. But again, this is something you don't always hear about in school. There's not a lot of books that tell you about all the pain and all the crime and how a lot of this was justified by the local police at the time. So do yourself a favor, especially if you're a youngster, and Google Black Wall Street. I'm sure we'll do a video on it here as well. But just to bring, you know, again, you got to know about your own history to make sure that you don't repeat yourself. So do yourself a favor, Google Black Wall Street if you're not familiar with it. It's something we might do a video on a bit later on.
For the 12 informers, they gon' try to infiltrate, but we gon' get it all. And if it ain't big, I don't comprehend. Big and cold, baby, I don't blend. Black is God, that ain't no trend. You looking for the answer, take a look at my skin. Oh,
This song is for the wildlings without a crime. So we fun, you cannot come up till you get down. You know we see 12, we gon' get down, so don't make a sound. Bring it back around. Father, can you hear me? Gunshots bang while I'm down on my knees, couple bullets came near me. Or did I pick a bad time? Maybe I should call back, see nobody busy. Operator operating, I'm calling number 9, can't stop the bleeding. Oh man, what is y'all eating? Baby still teething. Checks ain't came in, job ain't call back, so I'm back even. Speaking this bounce back, can't even count that. I'ma hit a lick, one thing I achieve in. I'ma get an A+, heard about the cash register down the street. You and I, we can live in. That's unity, you and I can believe in. You can hold straight, if the style get to squeeze it. Take a look, check a lick, bang, get squeeze in. Home in the silence, make you stop.
Yo, and I'm not even familiar with this cat. I gotta run that back. That was sick.
This bounce back, can't even count that. I'ma hit a lick, one thing I achieve in. I'ma get an A+, heard about the cash register down the street. You and I, we can live in. That's unity, you and I can believe in. You can hold straight, if the style get to squeeze it. Take a look, check a lick, bang, get to squeeze in. Home in the silence, make you stop. They ought to do that.
Yo, shout out to Tobe dancing with him. For the very first video that I saw was that Eat, right? And I noticed right away, I was like, man, he's in the back, not just hyping up fat, but yo, he's doing all the moves as well, getting down. And from what I've heard, his brother's like 6'2", 6'3". I'm a big dude as well. I'm 6'1" at least. It ain't too easy to get down and do that anymore. So, yo, shout out to Tobe, bro.
You know the devil gon' hurt.
Stay barefoot.
They ought to do that. And fresh out the
Yo, that's a quotable right there, right? He said it's not hard to do dirt when you're fresh out the mud, right? You think about what's doing dirt, right? Doing dirt is just being grimy out there, making moves out there. You know, maybe something you're not too proud of. But it's much easier when you come from the mud, right? You're already dirty, so yo.
Never gonna learn. Better keep a cup slow. Look, we got problems, we got pain. In the dead, it's all the same. Going far, we're trying hard, not to refrain. This song is for the wildlings without a crown. Where we from, and I'm coming up to get down. You know, when we see 12, we gon' get down, so don't make a sound.
Tobe slapping the floor.
Bring it back around.
Yo, sick with it. I've at this point I've gone through quite a bit of Tobe, and I gotta say I have not been disappointed. Like I said, I was going through some withdrawals when we weren't going through some Tobe music. So hey, don't forget to like and subscribe if you're a fan, not just of Tobe, but new music in general. People that are bringing something different to the table, a fresh perspective, a clear mindset, just bringing something new to the game. Let's check it out together. Let's get it.